Well, that wasn't easy. Those first 9 teams, they all had their various difficulties, except one standout team, one standout rider maybe, making his debut in the Global Champions League. That, of course, Victor Bettendorf. But many a story in the first 9. Food for thought for the remaining teams, because this course behind me, which is just being rolled for the interval at the halfway stage of round 1, is certainly proving quite a tester, with Madrid in motion setting the pace. Magnificent double clear from first Manuel Sarro, who went clear, and then in comes to the arena Victor Bettendorf. Now, we heard from him at the start and top of the show basically how excited he was to be competing here now as a team member. Remember, he was so brilliant towards the end of last year, where he dominated not only at Riyadh, but earlier bursting on the scene at Rome. So there must have been a degree of expectation on his shoulders coming into here, a little bit of pressure, but Madrid in motion, cool as you like. Victor Bettendorf coming clear, no problems at all. One of the quickest rounds, including amongst the individuals, and he really did set a good pace, and just really confirming what has happened here with one or two of the teams struggling throughout this particular round. A couple of eliminations, more on that a bit later. Certainly something of a surprise there. But in terms of Madrid in motion, a wonderful performance from Victor Bettendorf. Let's now hear from him as he reacted to his clear round with Dan Strange.
Victor, Manuel going clear just before you must have settled your nerves a bit. How did you feel getting in the arena and doing what you did on Cancun?
I tried to do like I do even if I would be alone. When I saw Manuel did a clear, I thought, okay, now you have to do a clear as well. So I try, because normally I always go fast, and now I try to step back a little bit to secure the clear round.
Cancun did brilliantly, but she doesn't look like the simplest of rides. Just talk us through what she is like to ride in the arena.
Actually, she looks a bit special, but she's quite easy because she has such a big heart. She's so careful. She may not have all the scope, but she's so fighter that maybe the little scope she doesn't have, she's doing it because she just wants to do it.
A great double clear puts you in a really good position. Has there been conversation about what's happening for round 2?
We talked yesterday, and we said we do the first round and then we'll see. But I did already clear for the team, so my job is done for the first round. I'm quite happy. So I'm looking forward for the second round.
Thanks for your time. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Certainly showing that they were here to compete and compete well. So what's going to happen over the next rounds before and later on, but they've given themselves a great chance. Well, the team that also looks strong on paper is the Istanbul Warriors, powered by Carpin Dio equestrian team. Well, they had Henrik von Eckermann, but also Simon Delestre. It was the Frenchman who went first, and he went clear.
Simon, golden boy, only a youngster, jumped beautifully there for clear. How did it feel to ride?
Yeah, I have a really fantastic run today. He's a very scopy and careful horse. Even if he's young, he will still improve a lot, but he's already able to jump clear. He was already super in Mexico, so it's really horse for the future.
You're following the trait of one clear and 1 4 faults through the round, which have been a lot of teams. Have you and Henrik spoken after the round?
No, not yet, but okay, with clear and 1 down, it's okay if we can provide a double clear next round, and we are really in the game again.
We all know you've got class within your team. What is the plan for the second round within that group?
Iliana for Henrik and Giamo for me.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Well, it was a clear round for Simon Delestre, but it wasn't to be for Henrik von Eckermann, his teammate there. He had 1 fence down, but a pretty good time was posted by the former world #1 as he ensured the team were quick, but he had 4 faults, but Istanbul Warriors coming into second. Well, the first team out were the Saint-Tropez Pirates, and they got off to a pretty solid start, particularly from Mariano Martinez Bastida, who was the first to go clear in this opening salvo in round 1, and she too spoke to Dan.
Mariano, an early clear for the Shanghai Pirates. How did the course ride?
Bueno, he visto que la prueba no era demasiado técnica y tenía el caballo bastante bien, que viene de hacer cero en otro concurso y confiaba en que pudiera hacer cero.
Mariano just said that he saw the class was not very technique and the horse was jumping really good. He just came from another show, he was clear also. So he just really liked the course and the horse was jumping very good.
Congratulations, best of luck for the second round.
Muchas gracias.
First opening salvo, as I say, with many a twist and turn. Dan has joined me now from talking to the riders after their round. I did feel a little bit unpredictable. You're never quite sure. Now, when we spoke to you before, you did say Scott Brash said this is going to find a few out. Scott was right, and because when you see the things like in terms of Henrik von Eckermann and others, so he knew what was happening.
Yeah, a bit of prophecy from Scott Brash. He really has called this right. There have been faults everywhere. The good news, Candy Rose, of course, Guido Grimaldi was eliminated, but they're okay. Second half's going to be fascinating. Big teams to come.
Well, OK, so much could happen over the next sort of 40 minutes or so. I think the next rider is into the arena. And yes, it's from the New York Empire. And it's Dennis Lynch and Scott Brash will also be riding for the team. Let's join the action in the second half.
It's his birthday tomorrow. Alongside Scott Brash. Dennis has had a very good season. He was second in Amsterdam in both the Grand Prix and the World Cup. By Mark Houtsacher and Peter de Vos, not Peter Houtsacher. Peter de Vos and Mark Houtsacher, the winners in Amsterdam. Had a very good late run with us in Rabat last year for fourth in the Longines Global Championship Grand Prix. Last year, Dennis won both the GCL Round 1 with Cordial and the second GCL round in Mexico City with Brooklyn Heights. This man is hugely talented. Alongside Scott Brash, Mr. Bombastic is on the course for Dennis. 11-year-old son of Vigo Sessi crossed to Sable Rose. Owned by Julia Lynch for Dennis and bred by Beatrice Brigard de Garnier de Source. Powerful jumper. Dennis just anchors it down through 5A and B. Again, handbrake on. This is the general approach for the time, generous, but Peter Grant's got other tests up his sleeve. It's not a time battle in this GCL Round 1, but he's got a delicate course out there, as we have seen time and time again today. Now Dennis Lynch across the shadow line that's been playing havoc with the likes of Stockholm Hearts, with the problems of both Jin Yupang and Nicola Philippons. Which is why, yeah, you want to be steady to not have a knockdown, but you've got to keep the tempo up to allow the horse to kind of look through the shadow light issue. So a balance has got to be very carefully drawn, which I think is the real difficulty this afternoon. But super out for Dennis Lynch, he idles home. I think this experience really pays off in this kind of a shadow city in Shanghai. Nice inside time. He hands the baton to Scott Brash, not a bad man to hand over the baton to. It's an Eamon Show jumping gilded in gold. We welcome Scott Brash forward. He had a very good second in the Longines Grand Prix in Hong Kong this season, mid-February. As behind Zashani Gardlil. He's been in very good form on the Longines Global Champions Tour start of this season. The Dane. Scott Brash is on the course, and this is Hello Senator for him. A great veteran son of Caramble. Greve, the flagship stallion of the De Vata Molenstad in the Netherlands. Owned by Scott's great owners, Lady Pauline Harris and Lady Pauline Kirkham. Brash's last win, we think, in the Longines Global Champions Tour was the Grand Prix in Stockholm City back in 2016. And the first rider ever to win 3 Grand Prix on the Longines Global Champions Tour. 2014, Cannes, Cascais and London. I think the Luciano Diniz repeated the following season, actually. The New York Empire will be again on the 4 penalties. They are becoming strong in number. Madrid in Motion still sitting very handily out in first position. Scott Brash just hangs his head momentarily because of the 1 down for Hello Senator. A B on the sand here in Shanghai, sadly. It's proving a titanic battle to get a team clear as Ben Mayer and Scott Brash, 2 of the greatest names we've had in world show jumping, both showing just how tough this course is in close enough succession. So 6th place they go into. 15 seconds behind the quickest 4-fault round of Istanbul Warriors in 2nd. Swans defending champion here in 3rd place. But now we focus because Cannes Stars' campaign this year continues. What a win last year. 4 wins in their inaugural season as a new team. Deborah Meyer's all-female superstar team. They then won in Doha, the first leg this year, and 2nd in behind Shanghai Swans in Mexico City last time. Natalie Dean was part of that outfit. In Mexico, she delivered a brilliant clear arm with the Kota M. Santa Tice was actually quick enough for the win, but the treble caught out Conquidam as their bid for the double. Start of this brand new season for the champions just fell foul. Natalie Dean from Palo Alto, Northern California, gets started. Again late enough for 11 years of age. Christmas present was the trip to the stables to have riding lessons, and con calma for Natalie on course. 6th individually in this same GCL round 1 in Mexico City. The Trofeo del Norte with the Kota M with that stunning opening clear for the champions. Con calma, 12-year-old son of Cascadello, across to Kankara out of the Holstein Studbook. Makes a wide line into 8 to make doubly secure of the combination. Just caught out Scott Brash, no lesser name. But this lady is just so good. She rides with a calmness under pressure. You can just see the body language is so unruffled. We saw it in Mexico City, and it's on display fully again here in Shanghai. It's a stunning exhibition. Natalie Dean is a superstar in the making. It is obvious. It is really written on the wall. And that is an exhibition round. Boy, oh boy, she just looks so composed, and at this level, that is very, very hard. Con calma breezes home for Cannes Stars. Deborah Meyer's team eyes up the clear round of Madrid in Motion, says they will not be giving up battle here in China. Now this extraordinary talent from Germany, Jan-Friedrich Timmermann, is on the course, 43 years of age. 3rd in the season standings last year. Won the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix in Cannes with this legendary Messi Van ter Ruytershof. 4th in Stockholm and 3rd in Rome and Rabat with Messi. One-time penalty was for 9 Dames Dubai du Centre. Regardless, the team win for Cannes Stars in Doha. Yana secures his big bay down to 5A and B the verticals beautifully. This GCL round 1 has been teasing us, I feel, internally scarred by the near misses of clear rounds at all but Madrid in Motion. But can the Cannes Stars restore my confidence in what should normally happen Messi down through 8A and B. Cuts across the shadow line to 9. It was the departure point of Guido Grimaldi. Messi homebound here. Can Stars to put the heat onto Madrid in motion. Looking for a successive season win here in 2025, and this would be brilliant. Jan-Frederik Zimmermann comes down with Messi van der Ruytershof to the final fence, meets it perfectly. Well done, job done. It's immaculate from the ladies once again. You've got to be so impressed by what Can Stars are doing on the world stage, on the Longines Global Champions Tour, on the GCL. The time doesn't really matter because they're going to GCL round 2, breathing down Madrid Emotion's neck. Can Stars, Nadine and Jan-Frederik Zimmermann both excelling this afternoon. What a team. Monaco Comets as well having a very good season. They've been 3rd and 6th. Deborah Meyer's 2nd team that she started. But there's the confirmation. They go 2nd. Yeah, 11 seconds actually the deficit, but certainly opens the door for Madrid Emotion into round 2. Can Stars be hoping they have a penalty. Gladiators have got John Whittaker as the new signing, but the ladies here in force in Shanghai, Nadia Peter-Steiner for Switzerland and Rika Blenda-Barker, the Dane. This the brilliant Mila on course for Nadia. A surprise present the start of this year arrived in Doha, Nadia, and Mila has arrived in her stables and she was like, well, this is brilliant. Year started perfectly. Years of age, her 2nd year on the Longines Global Champions Tour. Based at Auxerre in France, which is equidistant between Paris and Dijon. No trainer, Nadia Imschli, she is a sole operator. Mila, piloted by Luca Beerbaum, won the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix in Doha 2022. That was in March, and then April that same year, Mexico City. Now, Gladiators. Perfect start here. Mila down through 8A and B. 15th they were. Mexico City. That was John Whittaker alongside Nadia. Mila eyes up this final line through the Bao Yuan vertical 155 tour, but this the highly influential double. And Mila's good for the task, of course she is. She's awesome, 13 years of age now, daughter of Monte Bellini. Powers on. Things are warming up here. It's now Rome Gladiators trying to join Can Stars and Madrid Emotion. Superstar from Nadia Peter-Steiner and her new ride this year, her own Mila. It was a very smart clear round. Rika Blenda-Barker for Rome Gladiators comes in. A new signing this year. The team powered by Cavalleria Toscana. Rika from just the north of Copenhagen initially. Now based with her partner Steve Tinti at the ST Stables near Brussels. 3 sisters, Anya and Meta. Part of the family business that is storage containers. This great Tableau who gifted, well, it wasn't a gift but a hard-fought win, but a gifting resulted. Monterrey La Silla in November of 2023 was her maiden 5-star career Grand Prix win. A tough debut at Hickstead that same year. Now Tableau, nice open run to 6 to make is certain of a good clearance, and they get it at the Liverpool. Shanghai 151.55 spread on it. Things intensifying here. There's a collective holding breath here in the Just Arena, but 8 I'm afraid Tabalu, son of Talobe Z, takes Ballot de Rouet, the dam sire. Well, things are fascinating. As always, idolised Beezy Madden, actually. Talked to her in Doha. She loves Beezy's lightness in the saddle. So use her as her guiding light in terms of trying to form her technique in the saddle. But things are still just so tight in the pursuit of clear rounds. Gladiators starts off beautifully, but just one down. And again, 8 and B. Scott Brash's combination. Again, horses and riders having problems all over the course of Peter Gray, but 8 and B certainly, I think, the most influential point on the course. A mistake for Tabalu, Peters for Denmark.
Another force to be reckoned with joining the race now is, of course, the head team, the Valkenswaard United, the three-time champions, 2016-17.
Now the team of Valkenswaard United, that is a gulf in generations between Marcus Enning and Gilles Thomas, who won the Longines Global Championship Grand Prix here last year. Marcus aboard this beautiful gelding, son of Hermès de Rêve, cross to Global Cento, that is DPS Revere. This man of simple legendary status, alongside the likes of John Whittaker, Ludger Beerbaum. True unimaginables in terms of ability, experience and huge results. DPS Revere. Tight line, Marcus wheels back to 3. Slightly open line to 4. It's the bright Chinese sunshine. One of those riders, you talk to people, just the sheer awe that he inspires in even his colleagues and rivals is just that impressive to listen to the stories about why this man is one of the greatest we've ever seen. He rides in a balance and a poise that is unrelenting. Nothing changes. It's quite remarkable, the consistency and the performance consistency of Marcus Enning. I leave results at the door because just watching the joy. Marcus Enning, homebound, a little half halt on the approach to 10. He's just got butter in his fingertips, Marcus Enning, on every occasion, but no, another great has a problem out there this afternoon. Well, this sport is quite unforgiving today. It has been extraordinary to see Ben Mayer, Scott Brash, Marcus Enning into trouble. It won't let us off the hook this afternoon by any stretch of the imagination. 4 penalties coming. The GCL combination, 11 A and B. 1 down for Marcus Enning and DPS Revere after another exhibition from the man from Borken in Germany, a long way off the box leaving. Revere can't come home with a clear round for Valkenswaard United, sadly, here in China. This man, John Whittaker, referred to as the young man that he looks towards.